Hey guys, it's Mars. Welcome back to Harpies in the Trees, where I review horror books with a supernatural focus. In today's video, we are going to open up the Abominable Book Club box. And I believe this is for September, I think. I have actually unpacked all of my books and put them in my library. I did do a Instagram live, so that was pretty fun, and I felt actually pretty overwhelmed because as I was unpacking all of my books, I was like, I don't really know how I want to organize all of this. But by the end, it came out okay. I think I will be doing it over again, but it's just so nice to get all of my books out of those boxes. They had been sitting here for so long, taking up so much room, and just seeing all my books again made me so happy. And I'm just really excited because I get to add some new books. Let's open this up. So of course this went to Customs Hell, but it did make it. Oh, I didn't even notice. I don't know, is this a new box? Because now it says the full guts on the inside. It is now red and white, which is very fun. I'm impressed. This time the Customs place decided to retape it. They did a horrible job, but they did retape it. We have the Galaxy hot chocolate and a cappuccino. It's Nescafe cappuccino. This is the off black tea, which I really love. And I got a new flavor this time. It is the herbal tea infusion. Check it out. I love these. And of course, we got our Lions cup of joe. Yeah, this is not dehydrated coffee. This is actual coffee grinds. You just kind of seep it in your cup like tea. It's very cool. It does take like 6 minutes though. So if you're in a rush. And we got this. This is, oh, these must be the treats. This is Super Foodio PB&J peanut butter chunky buttons. That looks good. So I forgot to taste these when I was doing the unboxing, but I did it afterwards, and it is a very weird. It does taste like peanut butter and jelly, but it's very salty. Has a kind of it's definitely a harder bite than I thought it was going to be. Wasn't a big fan. I do see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I got my used book, but it has been opened. By the Customs office. How nice is them to retape it for me though. But this is my favorite thing, as you know, in the box. So I'm going to wait on this. If you don't know what Abominable is, they are a UK-based horror book box subscription service. So this box is the full guts box, where you get a new release, a used release, and a magazine or a novella or a ebook, and sometimes just a whole nother book, just depending on, I guess, what they've been able to put together for that month. We also get the treats, and we get drinks, a pin, and 2 bookmarks. All right, so I see the first book here is Eric LaRocca's Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke and Other Misfortunes. Ooh, it's signed by the author. That's awesome. I have so many signed books and book plates from Abominable. It's so cool. I really do like getting a signed book. Like, I'll never sell it, but it's just kind of nice. And this has a lot of reviews. Oh, Sadie Hartman is in here. That's cool. Stephen Graham Jones says, some horror walks you down a corridor while there's whispers and laughter, sobs and screams. Other horror starts down at the end of the corridor, where there's a door that opens onto you don't know what. Read this and then decide where Eric LaRocca has left you. No, not that it matters. There's no way out. Ooh, what a great review. Here is a picture of the author. A whirlpool of darkness churns at the heart of a macabre ballet between 2 lonely young women in an internet chat room in the early 2000s. A darkness that threatens to forever transform them once they finally succumb to their most horrific desires. A couple isolate themselves on a remote island in an attempt to recover from their teenage son's death when a mysterious young man knocks on their door during a storm. and a man confronts his neighbor when he discovers a strange object in his backyard, only to be drawn into an ever more dangerous game. Very cool. I think I've seen things have gotten worse since we last spoke, like, you know, running around on TikTok and Instagram and stuff. Oh, the pin is still here. I made it. Do you recognize this face? I'm not sure, but I love it. All right, so we have a postcard for Full Immersion by Gemma Amor, which is very cool. And we have the book. So dusty, a little dusty. Right out of the grave, right out of the grave. Full Immersion. I love this cover. Oh, Haley Piper has a quote on here. A full-throated scream in the heart, a harrowing inward odyssey. Well, if Haley likes it, I'll probably like it. What can you do when you're reeling from trauma, but you've tried it all? Counseling, yoga, pills, meditation, art, healthy living, none of it makes a dent. What's left? Magpie is out of ideas. She's desperate enough to try anything. Just when she thinks her life can get no worse, she discovers herself, or rather her own dead body, partially buried in the mud bank of a river. A man stands by, a familiar stranger. What does he want? Why can't she remember getting here? Why can't she remember anything? Unbeknownst to her, two pairs of eyes watch from behind an observation screen, in a room filled with computers and sensors. An experiment is unfolding, but is Magpie the subject or practitioner? Reality becomes a slippery concept, and beyond the glass is something worse still, a hint of an outline shaped in darkness. Magpie realizes all too soon that her journey has transformed from healing to survival. She must become the hunter rather than the hunted, with her missing memories of the prey. Wow, I like that. I do like a good experiment. You know, like a really good, like, scientific experiment that has to do with the mind. I really love those. So this sounds cool. Oh, look at this. Also signed. How nice is that? Last time we got a sticker, and this time we got a sticker. Now, of course, I recognize this, but I can't remember the name of the movie, so don't kill me. And we have 2 bookmarks. So here is the premium bookmark. It's the Abominable Book Club. Oh, it has a D&D theme. That's awesome. Chrissy, this is for you. I assume this is like a Stranger Things connection. I have not watched the 3rd season, or is there a 4th season? I don't know. I haven't watched anything lately. I gotta catch up. And then we have our bookmark that has the short fiction on the back. And this is where we can scan for our spoiler card later. It says Bookmark 12, Series 4. George always brought Agnes here. It was her favorite place to be, even before the dementia. Now it was a place of calm for both of them, on this little bench by the sea. Agnes used to talk about growing up on the coast whenever they sat here, about how she spent her days looking for treasure in caves and rock pools. It was something George thought would help her mind. Memories were important now, more so than they had been. Lately, she was speaking less and less, and whenever she did speak, George barely understood what she was talking about, but it was good. She was still talking at all. I remember when he was smaller, Agnes said. Who, dear? Agnes raised her hand, her finger pointing way out to the sea. George frowned. There's nothing there, Agnes. It's just the ocean. He rubbed her shoulder and felt her shiver beneath her blanket. Come on, let's get you home. No, she snapped. I have to see him again. Her eyes filled with tears, and before George could speak, the air went still. If it weren't for the squawking and fleeing gulls, it might have been completely silent. George noticed the sea began to swell and bubble like it was boiling, and the ground shook beneath them. A dark shape emerged from the water, impossibly huge, against the horizon. Its scales were as deep and obsidian black as its eyes, covered in ocean debris. Agnes began to sob. Oh, George, I miss him so much. Now on to the Belle of the Ball. They've, it's sort of half the work has already been done for me. It's definitely a paperback. It is a bit of a thick boy. It always feels like Christmas every time I open these things. All right, so we got a thriller this time. Peter James, Looking Good Dead. Now I have another Peter James that I got a couple boxes ago, which I definitely want to read. It has a really it's a cool story, mystery. They watch, they chose, they kill. This is printed in 2006. Tom Bryce did what any decent person would do, but within hours of picking up the CD that had been left behind on the train seat next to him and attempting to return it to its owner, he is the sole witness to a vicious murder. Then his young family are threatened with their lives if he goes to the police. But supported by his wife, Kelly, he bravely makes a statement to the murder inquiry team headed by Detective Superintendent Roy Grace, a man with demons of his own to contend with. And from that moment, the killing of the Bryce family becomes a mere formality and a grisly attraction. Notice of Kelly and Tom's deaths has already been posted on the internet. You can log on and see them on a website. They are looking good dead. Interesting. So did the killer write the synopsis? Because it kind of feels like he did. It doesn't sound as salacious as the other Peter James books that I have. But, you know, sometimes I'm just really in for a good murder, especially when it's cold and windy outside and it's dark. And I'm just in the mood. Just in the mood for murder. So let's go ahead and scan the spoiler card. Things Have Gotten Worse by Eric LaRocca is a limited signed edition. Sadomasochism, Obsession, and Death. Full Immersion by Gemma Amore was signed bookplate. Super Foodio Peanut Butter Buttons. Just a quick note on this item. After we ordered these, we were surprised to find the bags were smaller than anticipated. So we have pulled an item forward from next month's box, the Obey, They Live Inspire sticker to compensate. Oh, very nice. They live. That's what it was. They live! The microfiction was called The Seaside. The pen is called Green Zombie. So that was his September box. I'm pretty happy with everything that I got in it. The Peter James one is a little like, I don't know if I'm actually going to be reading that one. But it's always good to have some mysteries on hand because when you have guests, they don't always want to just read horror. But just like, what? If you like this video, please like and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this box. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Please take care of yourselves, look out for each other, and I will talk to you next time.